now we move on to the Eagles, and really we can't we don't have to call them the Eagles anymore. We could really call them the Bulldogs. You know, they love them Georgia boys. So in this year's draft, they ended up trading up to one pick to number 9 with the Bears, and they got Jalen Carter, and then at pick 30, they get edge rusher Nolan Smith, and not only this year did they get two Georgia guys, but last year they ended up getting Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean. So, you know, the Eagles they're just bringing in these Georgia guys, and really when you take a look at college football, Georgia is always at the top when it comes to defense. So, you know, you're bringing in these high prospects, and you're just able to fill them in, and not only will they come in this season, but when we see guys like Fletcher Cox go, Brandon Graham go, you know, you still have
replacements right there.
Yeah, you got replacements right there for them. So this Philly defense is going to be elite for a very long time, you know. And in my opinion, I got the Eagles, you know, they went to the Super Bowl last year, and it's like, okay, when you go to the Super Bowl, you don't think that you're going to get so many good picks in the draft. But to me, the Eagles won the draft with these 2 picks. For them to just bring in 2 elite guys on the D-line, and in my opinion, I think the Eagles will be back at the Super Bowl.
Right, and I think, like you said at the end there, I do think the Eagles won the draft. I think Howie Roseman did a phenomenal job. Like, yeah, he had that 30 overall pick locked, and if he was going to take Nolan Smith then, like he did, he was going to take him regardless. But the fact that he was able to get a second or a first pick in the draft and have that number 10, but then they traded with the Bears to get 9 and get their guy. I mean, that defensive line is just terrifying
for a team that had 72 sacks last season.
It's like, and you go lose T.J. Edwards and you get Nolan Smith right back. It's just like they rotate. They're reloading really, and like you got to feel for like Jason Kelsey, who's got to go against these monsters every single play. But that's how iron sharpens iron. Yep. That's the reason why they have the best O line in the league, because they in and year out they have a top defensive line in the league, and I mean it seems to keep on coming. And yeah, they definitely have a shot to go back to the Super Bowl, especially with. But my one question though is, they're gonna have to pay these guys at some point, especially with Devontae Smith. His probably a year or two, right?
Yeah, I think probably after this season. Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time before you gotta end up starting to pay. I mean, they paid Jalen Hurts a lottery, and it's just they did clear out some room with like getting rid of the players that they did in this offseason, but it's just these players they're gonna want money soon, and I think they're gonna go all out for a ring in the next couple of years, and I think they will get one.
Yeah, for sure.